Okay. It is Sunday, the end of the first week of work here. Didn't document my day yesterday just because I kind of got caught up in working on the house. So I think I made decent progress. It's hard to tell just because it's, I'm looking at it for so long. But the staircase that goes down to the basement, the finished basement, downstairs or whatever, 14 steps is ready to, it's as finished as it can be finished before it can accept the LVP, the luxury vinyl plank. So I had to, it was previously carpeted, so I had to rip out all of the staples and the tack strips. Thankfully, my mother-in-law came over and helped with that part of the project, which was a big advantage. So after that, however, I needed to, I put skirting down, and the material for the skirting, if I wanted to buy 10-inch MDF that was already cut, that was going to be kind of expensive. That was primed. It was going to be expensive. It was going to be like $400 or $500 worth of stuff. So I didn't want to do that. So I instead spent $100 on 2 sheets of 3/4-inch MDF fiberboard, which is the same shit. It's just that it comes in a 4x8 sheet, and you have to do the work to get it into the material that you want. But I have a table saw, I got a chop saw, it's a sliding compound miter saw that I got here. So I just did it myself. I had the guy at Lowe's chop it up into 8 1/4, rip it up into 8 1/4 pieces, and then I ripped it down to 8 inches for final dimensioning. I didn't trust him. Turns out I should have. It was a really clean cut with their panel saw. So I made the skirting, and then I used MDF, or not MDF. It's MDF, but it's melamine for the kicker, for the kick plate of every staircase. So I think it turned out pretty good. Here we are. So this is the nearly final product. Okay. So this is one I caulked. That's what it looks like caulked. But I think most people typically do just the regular the flooring material as the kick plate. But I thought it would look nice if I used the melamine. So I did. And I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks nice and clean. Yeah, don't you? I think it looks pretty sick. Super clear white, and it's easy to clean, and it's a durable because it's a kick plate. It's gonna get scuffed up and yeah. So this was a time-consuming thing. Oh, and I patched all of the holes in the house. There was a lot of holes in the house and on the walls. So I'm letting them dry, and I'll shut the lights off. I'm letting dry, and I can come back tomorrow and buzz them with my random orbit, my cordless one, my trusty Ryobi cordless random orbit sander that I would never use in a real woodworking project because it has 0 balls. No balls to be had by that one. It's really only good for like really quick buzzes. And it's really only good for projects that you're going to use like 40 grit, 60 grit like you're going to use with drywall, because that's the only thing that cuts quickly with it. So yeah, not a real sander, but good for, see all these patches. You can tell how trashy somebody is based on how many fucking holes are in their house. If you go over to somebody's house and they've got a ton of like little pinholes and they've got posters hung up and shit, that person's trash. You can also tell how trashy somebody is based on based on the ventilation of their home. Like if it's totally temperate outside, if it's like, and I'm starting to take all the trim off because I'm getting it ready for paint. So my logic is that I'm going to I'm going to replace all this trim anyway. So I'm going to take all the trim off, all the windows and all the doors, and then that way I don't have to tape it. So I'm going to fucking just spray the whole house, and then make my trim pieces with my sprayer. I'm not going to buy trim pieces for the doors and the windows. I bought baseboards that are pre-primed for the floor, obviously. But I'm just going to use the MDF material for the door trim and the window trim, because I'm gonna have to paint it anyway. And if I have a sprayer, I should use my tools to save me money where I can. If I'm not short on time. But as long as I work every weekday, a minimum, at least from like 7, at least to like 10, 11 o'clock, and I work a minimum of 12 hours, Saturday and Sunday, I think I'm good. And I just have to be really wise with my time. Otherwise, it's hard because I have a day job. I work the 40 hours a week at my day job. I'm a recruiter. I have been a recruiter, or I've worked in the recruiting industry for 10 years now, my entire adult life. I worked at a company called IES Custom Staffing for the vast majority of it. I started out as a placement specialist, basically an assistant recruiter, calling on Craigslist resumes. That's how long it's been. This is back in the day when you got a job on Craigslist. Now, if you get a job on Craigslist, it's probably because you're gonna go sell crack. So my job was to just call these resumes, and it was a temp agency, so my job was to get these people to come in for a drug test, to sign up and be in the database so that we could call them when there was a labor job that popped up. And if you go to a temp agency, it's probably not the best day of your life. It means that you have been unsuccessful in acquiring gainful employment under your own guidance. So I saw people on like one of the on a low of their life. Obviously, not the lowest point in their life. Not like when they go to the emergency room. So with that said, I'm now a healthcare recruiter. So I lost my job. I didn't lose my job. I got a pay cut. My boss walked into my office one day. When I left, I got promoted and stuff. Over the years, I got promoted and climbed the corporate ladder. It was a relatively short corporate ladder, so it wasn't like, it was a small company. But still, it was pretty cool. My boss was the president by the time I left. But I learned a lot there. So when he walked in, COVID, really fucked us over, and a combination of things. There were management issues and culture issues and stuff. But COVID really just kind of like, I feel like with every business, everything. If you were already going, if your business was already gonna shit out, COVID just accelerated it. COVID. I don't think COVID killed businesses. It just was a fast forward button. Like if you were already fucked, or or you were gonna be fucked. COVID just made you be fucked faster. It's a fast fuck. COVID was a fast fuck. There you go. That's what it was. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, we're doing really bad financially. So the guy walks into my office and he says, "Hey, and long story short, I mean, he was very diplomatic about it. He was really nice guy. Had a lot of respect for him. He was very generous to me for many years, and I could tell it was really hard for him to come do this. But he walked into my office and said, "Hey, I'm gonna have to cut your bonus amount, right?" And he didn't say how much he was going to do it. He didn't say how much of a cut it was going to be. But at that point, I had just proposed to Haley, and this was probably at that point in my life the least able I was to deal with volatility. This was the wrong time to cut my pay. So I quit. I was like, "Hey, I can't. And in my head, I kind of knew. I was like, you know what? I think this ship is going down, but you know what? I'm going to ride it. I've been here for 8 years. I've been here for 7-8 years. I've been here since I was, in my early 20s. I've learned everything I know from this company. If this ship is sinking, I'm going to fucking go down with it. As long as I can pay my bills, I will fucking stay here." But then I couldn't pay my bills, so I wasn't gonna stick around to find out, and I knew it was going down. So I was like, "Fuck! Well, I gotta get out while I have time." So then I got into healthcare recruiting, started working for one of the major hospital systems in my area, and it's been great. They're awesome. Their health insurance is great. I would not have had a kid if it all kind of worked out. I'm not a fate guy. I absolutely fucking hate it when people say, "Oh, well, it just wasn't meant to be." Bullshit. You fucking make shit meant to be. There's no, like, "Oh, well, it just wasn't in the cards." It's like, "Oh, it was meant," like, no, but that's not bullshit. Those people have an external locus of control. And those people are losers. That's what losers fucking say when shit doesn't go their way. Winners make shit happen. They make it happen. They make their own fate. So I'm not saying like, "Oh, I'm a winner," but like, I want to act like one. So I'm like, "Hey, it wasn't meant to." So I went out and got myself. I hustled. I hit the pavement, and I got myself another recruiting job. That it was a pay cut, but great work-life balance. When you're alone, you just kind of feel, I don't know, on edge. Like, anyways, you can hear the echo. It's a big ass house. But yeah, started working there. Great work. Like, that's awesome employer. I've had really good luck with my career. IS was great. Anyways. But yeah, this is 100% a side hustle, and it's the hardest time in my life to do this because I have a kid now. So Haley is busting ass just as much as I am. I mean, she's watching Harvey, when I'm here, she's watching him, and she watches him during the day when I go to work. So she's still working. She works from home. And she tries to work at least a couple hours a day, and that's really hard. When you got a kid and stuff. So, anyways, she's busting ass too. So this is a really intense time in our life. But like I said before, I think we can make it happen. If I come here every damn day from 7 to 10. And I do my best kind of throughout the day to make sure that, I go to the grocery store and, put some crock pot meals in, make sure my family has, good, nutritious, wholesome food that's not out of a box to eat, to fuel our bodies. And I think I can do this. I think I can do this in 3-4 months. I have to. I've now wasted 15 fucking minutes talking into this telephone. But I've never this is not the first time I've done something that was really hard. And I've never documented any of it. And I'm 33 now, so I want to have something for my kid to look back on. And maybe I can help, maybe somebody, once I can help somebody else out with my mistakes, because I've already made mistakes at this house. So, and anyways, so I think my goal by the end of the week is going to be to have this house ready to paint, ready to spray. Minus the, at least minus the bathrooms. I'm not gonna do the bathrooms right now. I'm gonna do the bathrooms last, because I want a functioning bathroom sooner rather than later. Okay, so I want it to be ready to spray. So that means I have to take out all the trim, and that means I have to plug all of the cable holes, because this house was built in 2001, so there are 3 fucking satellite dishes on this goddamn roof. So got to take those out. Not the satellite dishes, I'll do those a little bit later, so I can properly waterproof the shingles and stuff after you take it, because it's bolted on and stuff. That means I have to remove the bar downstairs. So that's the goal. That's a relatively conservative goal. But if I can do it, that means that I can spend the weekend painting, which would be huge. That would be a big win, because it means that I was fast enough to spray before I absolutely had to begin to put the floor down, because I have to put the floor down by July 19th. Haley sent me a calendar event for July 19th, and it says, have floor in the house, at least in the areas that don't currently have floor. If those areas don't have, if we don't meet the requirements of the bank, they will pull that money. They will take our loan right out from under us, and then we lose the whole thing, and we lose a ton of money. Because you can't return stuff. Like, as the more products that you use in your renovation, the less you can return to Home Depot. Like, all this trim and the floor by the MDF and all that stuff, once you cut it, you don't get your money back. So the deeper in you get, like, the more you have to really commit. Like, once you're into, like, there comes a point to where the only way out is through. So I'm getting, every day that goes by that the more work I do, the closer I am to that. I mean, I'm past it. Right now, I got to do it. The only way is to get this shit done. So every day I treat it like it's like I have to, like, every day, even though it's very, very early. Hell, it's the first week. It's the very first week that I started working on this house. So we got the keys like last Thursday or some shit, and it was Harvey's birthday party last weekend. So literally Memorial Day was the first day that I could work on this house. So it's very early in the process. So as long as I do it every single fucking day, as much as I possibly can, and treat it like the deadline is next month every day at this point, I think I'll do good. Because I want, there are a handful of extra projects that I want to do to this house, that don't cost a lot of money, that but do cost know-how, which I'm fortunate enough to be old enough, to have the experience enough, to have some know-how. I'm not the smartest guy, but I know how to do some shit. Like for example, I want to paint the garage floor and do that little spackle finish. I think that would be a really nice touch. And I also want to paint the garage itself, just a bright white. And I also want to install shop lights in the garage and make it a nice, bright, vibrant space, so that when the people get here, when whoever wants to buy it gets here, they're like, oh, damn, that's awesome. Like, that's great. That just, what a nice touch. Just little things like that. And I want to have enough time to do my own tile in the garden tub and the downstairs shower bathroom thing. I don't want to have to pay somebody, because we're riding the line on budget. Because the more that we spend out of our cash bucket, the less time we can hold the house, which makes it all the more important to just do absolutely everything you can. The one thing we will be contracting out for sure is the shower in the master bathroom, because I'm not a tile guy. That shit's got to be watertight, and it's got to be done right. So you got to know when to fold and know when to walk away. Yep. Okay, I'm going to go home. And, I broke my 1/16 drill bit in my Milwaukee drill bit set. So I have like 3 drill bit sets, and I use them all. I have a cheap ass Warrior brand Harbor Freight brand drill bit set that has like all the drill bits, every single one, like fraction, like every single size. So you can use it for metric things as well. Like I built a sleeve for my new bearings that I installed in my kid runner running stroller wheel, because they had failed. And you can't just buy those wheels. I mean, if I got them sent to me from the nice guy, the guy at Kid Runner, the owner or whatever, from like Colorado or whatever. But I was running every day, so I was like, fuck, I gotta go. So I found these really close bearings, but they didn't fit. They fit the outside diameter, but the inside diameter was too big for the axle. So I ordered it's like a really hard plastic from Amazon, and I turned it into a sleeve. It was like a 1/16 of an inch thin, and it worked. But the inside diameter, you can't turn that. Like, it's hard. I mean, you can, but so I used and traditional like drill bit sets, it was a metric diameter. So, but there's a like fraction of a fraction that you get in those big old sets from Harbor Freight or whatever. So anyways, I was able to get it to work. But my Milwaukee set is like I have a traveling Milwaukee drill bit set that's really, really nice, and then I have a stay-at-home one that that's also really nice. So when I break a drill bit, it really pisses me off to have a empty slot in my drill bit sets. So I don't give a shit if it costs 2, 3, 4 times what it would fractionally cost in the set. I go buy a replacement. That's another thing. You can tell how trashy somebody is based on the number of empty slots in their fucking drill bit set. If you open somebody's drill bit set and they've got 2, 3, 4, 5 empty slots, don't talk to them. You don't want anything to do with that person. They are complete garbage. They have no commitment. If you have and if you do have an empty drill bit set, put it away. Nobody wants. I have a whole drawer in my shop at home where empty sets go to die, and I pull from them for spare parts. It's like the graveyard. It's like the scrapyard. Nobody wants that shit, because the worst thing when somebody comes over to your house and they're like, "Oh, hey, can I borrow your this and this?" or they're helping, and they go out to your shop, and on the shelf that's readily where you keep your shelf, where on the areas where you keep your tools readily available, like, "Oh, use me. These are the ones I use." They go to use a tool because it's in the area that's visible, and you're like, "Oh, this must be the set that he uses." They open it up and you're missing 3, 4, 5 drill bits. How embarrassing is that? Put that shit away. Nobody wants to see that. Shove it in a drawer. So yeah, if you see a drill bit set and it's on my workbench, or it's in the drawer of my workbench, or it's on my pegboard, like that's the shit I use. So it better be usable. Anyways, yeah. So I'm glad I found this. I was missing one set, and I'm on the way here. And this was $7. $7 fucking dollars. Okay.